Hi there guys, this is the comeback of the legend. The legend is resurrected back to life from its glorious ashes. The Kinetic is back, and how? Once named as Kinetic Honda, the most sought after two-wheeler here in India, now makes a comeback in the EV avatar, where EVs are in demand more than anything else. So what does it bring to the segment? Let's find out. In terms of design, again, you bring back the same nostalgic memories with the similar kind of design silhouette that was a super hit in the yesteryears. You have the beautiful broad headlamp with LED lighting, and you have turn blinkers integrated. You have Kinetic logo imbibed into the front panel. This is full metal, and it's a full metal body to give you rock solid, robust build quality. So you can see this part is not metal. You do get telescopic forks up front. You have a disc brake with unified braking system to offer good stopping power. Moving on to the profile, the seat height is very much accessible for average height rider as well as men as well as women. 760 mm and more than adequate ground clearance for a carefree ride through the pothole-ridden city streets at 165 mm. Another thing that I always worry about when it comes to scooters is the legroom, because taller riders sometimes feel a little cramped up. But here you can see I am around 5 feet 7 inches. I have more than sufficient legroom with scooped out front panels to ensure that even taller riders have adequate amount of legroom. You do get a flat floorboard to store your stuff on the go. You also have a front hook which is neatly integrated, and you also have another hook underneath the seat. So it is all very well planned to offer the utility of a scooter. And the icing on the cake is the integrated charger. You don't have to run around carrying a portable charger. The charger actually is integrated into this such that as you can see here, and this one comes with a 3-meter long cable, so you can actually utilize it properly and plug it into the charging socket without any hassles, and that is scoring in really high in terms of practicality and comfort. The seat is yet again beautifully laid out, one of the longest and widest seats in its class. More than adequate space for the rider, more than adequate space for the pillion to serve as an ideal family scooter. And guess what? You have around 37 liters of boot space, where you can fit in a full-size helmet as well as an open-face helmet for you as well as the pillion, which is a very well laid out boot section. In terms of suspension, you have telescopic forks up front and dual shock absorber setup at the back to offer plush ride quality, and the rear shock absorber comes with 5-step preload adjustability. In terms of wheels and tires, you get 12-inch wheels at both ends with 100/80 tire again at both ends to offer superb straight line stability as well as a perfect blend of great flickability in chock-a-block city traffic. Completing a perfectly cohesive design is the tail section with beautifully laid out tail lamp cluster with integrated turn blinkers and a usable grab handle that really comes in handy in daily scenarios. Now, talking about the relevant information that every EV buyer looks for: the battery pack, the range, and the charging time, and the top speed. Battery pack is a 2.6 kilowatt hour battery pack. You have two variants in this, DX and DX Plus. Both the vehicles get the same battery pack or the battery size. And in terms of range, you get 102 kilometers for the DX and 105 kilometers for DX Plus. In terms of top speed, you get 80 kilometers per hour top speed for the DX and 90 kilometers per hour top speed for the DX Plus. Charging time is 0 to 80% in just 3 hours, and 0 to 100% takes just 4 hours. So there you cover a lot of things, and with the integrated charger on board, I think charging the scooter is less of a hassle than anything else in the segment. Now, what kind of battery pack are they offering here? It is not an NMC battery, it's a LFP battery, lithium ferrophosphate battery, which offers longer life and better thermal stability. So that is well taken care of, and they say it offers close to 2500 charge cycles. That is absolutely insane. And then of course the motor, it's a BLDC motor, less of a hassle, lower maintenance and more reliable. So that is a hub motor right over there. And in terms of peak power and peak torque. 4.7 kilowatt is the peak power for the DX and 4.8 kilowatt is the peak power for the DX Plus. The peak torque is rated at 167 Newton meters, which is incredible, and that can be felt at the ring of the throttle. So looking at the buttons layout right over here, everything is functional, very simple, and no complications whatsoever. So you have the headlight button right over here, push this to turn it on, high beam, low beam button, turn blinkers, and then of course you have the assist, emergency assist, where in case you're stranded in the middle of nowhere and with no help, what you can do is you can actually press this and it goes, call goes straight to the Kinetic headquarters and they will be there to help you out. You have the horn button and the boot release button right over here. This is primarily to open the charging slot. And another fancy thing that people might end up playing around with is the foot peg release button. You can see that the footrests are neatly integrated into the bodywork, but pressing this button releases them. So that is something that is kind of a little fancy gizmo that people would end up playing around with. Another thing that's unique about the Kinetic is the keyless system. So you have a keypad right over here, and you can see that the actual handle is locked as it is. You don't need a key for this. All you need to do is long press this power button to activate this thing, key message, and enter the actual. You can see once the actual serial key is entered, the console lights up beautifully. Then here you have all the regular details being mentioned, like the speedometer and the state where you are riding, whether it's in neutral or whether it's in riding mode. Then you also have the clock right over here. You also have the range and the battery. So battery is 97% and it shows a range of 97. So it gives a true range. So what they are claiming, which is 102, 105, the true range is very close to the actual claimed IDC range. So that is what makes them stand apart. So usually you can plan your trips much more confidently when the range lives up to what the claim is. So you have a battery percentage of 97%, so you have a corresponding range of 97 kilometers in the eco mode. Now to change the modes, so you have the mode button right over here. Press the mode. Okay, first you need to start the scooter. So you can see even the announcements that if you feel a little annoying, you can turn off the volume completely, but it announces in regional languages. That's really good. 16 language support, including I think French and Spanish also, but 16 regional languages support is insane. And so hill hold is activated when it finds itself on uneven surface. And then of course so range mode is the actual eco mode, where you can see 97% and 97 kilometers range. Power mode, you can see 97% and 77 kilometers range. And you have to see. Okay, now. And now in the turbo mode, you can see 97% state of charge and 68 kilometers range, which is still usable range with a turbo mode where the top speed is 90 kilometers per hour. When the eco mode is the most usable, because around in the eco mode the top speed is around 45 kilometers per hour. In the power mode it is around 75 kilometers per hour, and in the turbo mode it is 90 kilometers per hour. This start button reminds us of the previous Kinetic Honda start button, which has a similar layout. You also have cruise control, you have reverse mode, you have the button to reset everything, hazard light switch, and the mode button to run through different riding modes. Now comes the main thing, which is the pricing. Starts from 1,11,000 for the DX variant and 1,17,000 ex-showroom for the DX Plus variant. The warranty is 3 years or 50,000 kilometers as standard. Or if you want to extend it further, you can go up to 1 lakh kilometers or 9 years. So you can see the kind of confidence and trust they have in their build and in the battery pack and in their technology. So 9 years warranty with 1 lakh kilometers is absolutely insane. And I can say that a simple, functional, EV is here to make your living less complicated without over the top gadgetry or gizmos to confuse you. It has a simple function to it. It is going to take you from point A to point B, and it has good acceleration, good pickup, and very good equipment on board to give you a plush ride quality. And that is where the Kinetic comes across as a winner with affordable price tag. I believe they have what it takes to disturb the competition with the kind of equipment and the kind of package they are bringing to the segment at an affordable price tag.